Welcome officially to the Michael Bernoff Show, where top performers and business owners that are truly looking to get to the next level unite and allow themselves to be coached to get what it is they want out of life and business and live extraordinary lives that scream average sucks. If you're new to the show, welcome. I got my co-host here, Jaden Easton. And today's episode is one that has been in the making for a long time. Jaden and I are very, very excited about this. We've been talking about this for a week. And on the last episode, I asked a big question because you're a top performer. You're someone out there that's looking to make a difference in your life. You're committed to the quality of your life and the lives of the people around you. I guarantee you that if any of this resonates in the comments, just go, yes, that is me. And I asked the question, how many of you would love to get better at visualization, creating a vision that drives you, wakes you up in the morning, makes you do the things you need to do straight out of Think and Grow Rich, that obsession that you have in life. And Jaden, within minutes, we talked about it. We said, done deal, we're going to do that. And it started surfacing all over, top performers all over the world. And we could not stop getting examples of the greatest producers in the world, from the NHL to UFC to professional soccer or football if you're overseas, whatever It is that you're looking at it. And I'll tell you that today's episode is absolutely incredible. So many of you listening right now have never been coached. Some of you have been coached. Most of you believe in the idea that you're not going to figure it out yourself. That's one thing we have in common, that you do not have to do this all yourself. And the reason we set up the show is the opportunity for you to ask questions and really allow yourself to grow and do the things you need. So how does all this work, Jaden? Those that are new out there. Those that are not new, they're going to hear this again the second time.
Yeah, welcome everyone to today's show. Like Michael said, we have a really great episode in store today. We had so many people from last episode comment, email, reach out to us that, they really want to understand what high performers and people at the top of their game in business,
I physically
in
got
sports.
a letter in the mail. Somebody mailed me and said, when are you teaching visualization? So hopefully they're on.
Hopefully they're on. But what are they doing to use visualization, to put themselves in a peak state so that they can be on? And just like Michael said, the great thing about this show, and one of the reasons it exists, is to show people the power of coaching. And there's a reason why NBA, top sports, top athletes, top entrepreneur CEOs, they have coaches and get coaching because it allows somebody else to see what you're not able to see and access, a level that you deep down inside of you, but maybe it's just not coming out as often as it should, or in all the areas of life that it should, because maybe you're winning in one area, but you want to be winning in more. So we help people win on this show. And we're excited to do just that today. And you can have an opportunity to come on today's show or future episodes if you're watching the replay. If you text ASK to 480-800-8051, the team will put a QR code on the screen as well that you can scan. But ASK to 480-800-8051, and you can either text us your questions, or you'll be sent a link to join the private line, just like you'll see today. We have a bunch of people in the queue to get coached live with Michael, other high performers, other entrepreneurs that want to get to that next level.
Well, I'm big excited about that. And for 25 years, those of you who are brand new to our work, for 25 years, my obsession has been what are they doing that I'm not? I wish I would have learned this in high school.
Right.
Those guys doing that thing that made the team, they definitely were doing something different. And this is what I'm going to preface today. Everything that I'm going to share is easier than each and every one of you expect. And what I mean by easier than any one of you expect, I mean easier than every single one of you can expect. It's going to be easier. I'm also going to tell you, you're doing a lot of this already, so it's time to just double down on what you're doing and really, really tone that up. The other part that I believe it's super duper extra backflip important to understand is that after 25 years, I found there's 4 or 5 things that all top performers do. 4 or 5 things that every single one of them do. 9 million things that are being taught online, shared with people, put in books that sound good on paper that they're not doing. So I don't care whether it's my professional athlete clients, the UFC fighters, which are professional athletes, people in the movie business, people that are obsessed with their business that are doing billions of dollars. They do the same 4, maybe 7 things. And then there's 90 million that sound really good, look good on paper, marketable, totally gorgeous, make a lot of sense, but they don't do anything. And I would love to do the 4 or 5 boring things that work, and they're very exciting. When you get the boring thing down, I promise you that is one that is going to make the absolute difference. And it's around us all the time in society. Like, we were pulling clips and looking at things, how around each and every one of these things are in our world. And I give the example, like, I'm huge in ice hockey. I played last night. I believe I got in at like 1 o'clock in the morning for my game last night. People think, why do you, I actually didn't visualize and picture when I was 18 years old that I'd still be playing at 48 years old. I never thought about that was going to be my thing. I got in last night. Then I got up this morning and I trained. I don't call it working out. I trained this morning at like 5:45 for an hour, got ready for the show. And the reason I'm saying this is not about motivation. It's really being compelled and driven by a vision that allows you to make things happen. And as soon as we talked about it last week, here's the coolest thing about the vision. When your vision gets strong, your awareness gets stronger. And you can write that down, everybody. Like, when your vision gets strong, your awareness gets like ridiculously stronger, and you start to notice things in different places. And it was right around the time of the Olympics, and I can't think of any greater example than this. And one of our students had sent this to me. When the USA beat the Canadians, and he's Canadian, and I'm just let's get really clear
for me.
Let's get really clear. He's Canadian, I'm not, and I'm part Canadian. My grandpa's from Canada, so I guess I'm an 8th Canadian. What is an 8th or 4th? I think it's a 4th, actually. I think I'm more Canadian. I think I'm more Canadian.
You're more Canadian.
I'm more Canadian than
you're giving
yourself
credit for here.
So, anyways, for the first time since 1980, we beat the Canadians, or just won a gold medal, right? Well, I got someone sent me an article and said, basically, Jack Hughes, the guy that scored the goal, visualized the night before he and his brother were picturing winning the OOT, and they were celebrating winning the goal, scoring the OT winner, and they visualized it. They couldn't sleep. They were so driven by it. And what's interesting is people hear, like, oh man, I'd like to be that way. I want you to be that way. You want you to be that way. And here's the thing. We got to stop thinking that's just for Jack Hughes. We got to stop thinking it's for his brother Quinn that did the same thing a couple months earlier, that were raised by parents that taught visualization. That there's no mom was a USA women's Olympic gold medalist. The dad was an NHL or OHL player. Do you know what I'm saying? Their home had visualization all the time. They had visions. They believed. They saw the possibility. But that's not where this stops. It's everywhere. So you and I were talking. You had mentioned, I'll let you go into soccer in a minute, but the other night I was watching, it was a Sunday, and we were watching the fights at the White House lawn, and that was a vision. That was a vision as well. Whether you're a Trump fan or not, the guy visioned that. Like, he loved fighting, always promoted boxing, owned the casinos, and then boom, he says, we're going to do it against all odds. Freaking happened. I mean, it was freaking 100 million people watched that. Dana White's whole idea of UFC was it, but this was crazy. Sean O'Malley with his crazy cool hair, and I know nothing about UFC.
From Arizona, by the way.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
2 of the guys,
yeah.
2 winners, Arizona. Amazing. Give it up for AZ. He gets done fighting, and they're expecting him to say, like, hey, you won. How do you feel? I trained hard. Nope. Didn't. He thanked his team. And then he said something like this. It was manifested. It was already seen in advance. I truly knew this was going to happen with confidence, with poise. Still 100 million freaking people heard it. Very few people said, that's exactly what I'm going to do on Monday and figure it out. I'm going to have you, are we able to show a clip?
We do want to show a quick clip so you can actually hear his exact words, and then we want to break it down for a second. So we're gonna have the team put on the screen.
Sean O'Malley, just listen to these words. Like, watch this. I didn't know if we were allowed to show this, if it allows us to do our thing, but yeah, pop it on.
Manifestation is a real thing. I've seen this before. It's wild what your mind can do if you use it.
I've seen this before.
That's
one of the things that hit me the deepest.
I've seen this before. It wasn't the first time that he saw it. So when I got up this morning, I realized I had an option with training. It's like, I had to see it before I did it. It's not like I had this great visualization, but I can see myself healthier, happier, more driven, training better, my hockey getting better. It's not this crazy visualization a lot of people think
Well,
it
that's
is.
what a lot of people were saying, when we initially talked about visualization and one of the things that was holding them back is they thought it had to be this, like half-hour practice where they light a candle and, get the Gregorian chants going in the background. And no offense, if you do any of that, that's cool. That can definitely, raise the experience if that's for you. But, that's not what most top performers are doing. It's much simpler than that.
Yeah, they're not doing that at all. And I'm going to tell you, I really would want to release today. So the point of today is real in the moment coaching, stuff that we do with our clients and the people in life. And I want to show you how to see it prior. And what I mean by see it prior, I want to show you how you have the ability to not just use the power of visualization, how to use and create a vision that drives you and drives other people to succeed. So a couple things I want to say. If you're wherever you're joining us from, take a second, be alive. Let us know you're here. There's a comment box down below. Like, let us know you're here. Put down the city you're from. Let people know you're there, because I truly believe when you're aware in the world and you're present and you're on top of things, what that's going to do is it creates this major, like, I'm here, let's go, let's make it happen. So take a couple seconds in the comments on YouTube, even if you're watching this afterwards. Let us know where you're dialing in from. Let us know the business you're involved in. I'd say 99% of the people we work with are either helping someone run a business or they're a crazy ass business owner that wants to make things happen. Love to know where you're from, what you do. Please don't do promotion for your business. Just let us know. I'm in the, I'm from this area. I do this, I do that. I just love to hear what you've got going on, because it helps us see you differently. I'd love to be in a room with you, but the best thing I can see is, like, I got Randy. He's from Panama City. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Randy? Love that guy.
Got LA in the house.
LA. So let us know you're here. Give it a like, give it a comment. Also, on top of that, share this with somebody. There's a little share button. Subscribe to the channel and share this on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, whatever it is right now. Let people know what we're up to, because there's so much crap out there in the world. There's so much garbage going on. We've got to give someone else something to look at, something that truly makes a difference for them. And this is interesting, because we were talking about the World Cup yesterday, and you brought this to my attention. Go, yeah, it happened again.
Yeah, do we have any soccer fans? Let us know.
If you're a soccer fan, shout it out. I mean, this was like super cool. So I'm bringing you Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're bringing Messi, but, like, tell me a little bit about what you heard.
Yeah, so World Cup going on right now, of course, and you have Messi, just this extraordinary athlete. Also,
he's like Gretzky, Jordan,
right?
One, Pele,
getting a little older, but not only did he score, yeah, exactly, not up there. I want to touch on that in a sec. But not only did he score his first career hat trick, which is really impressive in soccer, but he tied the all-time World Cup goals record at 38 years old. And you have examples, right, of these, like, outliers, like, you got, like, Messi, Tom Brady. And I was thinking about that. Like, that has to take just such a strong vision for, what they're capable of, because it's probably, there's also some people that reach 30s, 35, and they're visualizing, oh, I'm getting older, my career is going to be over soon. And then you have people like Messi who are breaking records and scoring hat tricks at 38 years old. I think it's just this testament that you gotta see it first inside in your mind.
Well, that's the thing. This is all I've been teaching this for about 25 years. And welcome, Paul, Toronto. My kids are on. This is great. Well, welcome, Tara and Maya from Arizona. That's fantastic. We got everybody watching. So I'll tell you, visualization gets confused a lot, because people think, like, oh my God, I got to see it crystal clear. I have to see this whole thing perfectly. I don't think Messi was sitting there going, I am visualizing exactly.
No, that guy's so busy. He doesn't have half an hour to meditate.
But he allows himself to pick what he wants and have a conversation about it with himself and other people, and produce something. So here's the part that I want to be very, very clear on. Every single one of us is visualizing all the time. The question is what? So I'm sitting there this morning. I put this on Instagram this morning. At the end of my training, again, I got home last night, hockey late. I easily could have said, okay, here's what I picture. I got the show to do.
Right.
I only had 5 hours of sleep. It's time to just stay in bed, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. I didn't decide to do that. And I'm like, okay, I've got a picture of what I want over here. Just a little bit farther down the road, I got this little picture of what I want for myself, for my health, for my body, for my life. I've got this little picture over here. Which picture am I letting run my life? So the whole point of visualization, I think the whole thing gets screwed up. The entire thing gets destroyed when people see visualization as literally the word visualizing. I'm going to stop right there and get you to realize visualization is only about a fifth of the modalities that we use that allow us to see and understand the vision that we have. And as I say that, you're like, well, Michael, if I don't visualize, if I can't see it, can I have it? You don't need to just see it. You've got to have the ability to feel it. You've got to be able to hear it. You've got to be able to replay it. You've got to be able to talk about it. These are all the things. So I believe most people, I don't want to say fail. They're not as effective as they can be at the things they visualize because they're just trying to picture it. I'm having trouble picturing it. Well, maybe it's not a picture. Maybe it's a feeling, and you got to learn how to describe the feeling. Maybe it's something you could hear and you need to do. So we've got to get all the elements. I want you to picture visualization. This is what we work on with our students for years is it's pictures, it's sounds, it's feelings, it's sensations, it's stories, it's things to talk about. And it's having the courage to see a world that does not currently exist in front of you and having the guts to vocalize it, see it, talk about it, and feel it. That's what these guys are doing. Sean O'Malley took the time to decide what he wanted and build the infrastructure like a movie theater of picture, sounds, and feelings to allow him to visualize. So I believe that's where most people get it wrong. We're actually teaching this next week to our business success group. I'll talk about that later. So if you're in business and you truly want to have an incredible vision, you want to have an incredible connection with your team, you want to absolutely describe what it is that you do in an eloquent way. One area that I'm going to tell you is we've got to absolutely 100% know the technique. So I've got a formula that I've been teaching for years. It's a very, very simple formula, easy to use, easy to share. Every one of my one-on-one coaching clients I do it with, I'm going to be doing it in a group setting as part of our GPS, business success GPS next week. So that may be something perfect for you. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. If you have a business and or you're part of a business and you truly would want to get crystal clear on the vision and share it with people and have them follow you and follow through, I'll cover that here in a couple of minutes if that's something you desire. I'm going to draw out the entire process for each and every one of you, and it's so simple, and you don't have to hire me one-on-one to do it. I'm going to teach it in a group live and share that with you as soon as next week.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, so good. We'll talk about that in a bit, but not now, not yet. So you want to talk to one of our callers?
Yeah, let's bring out some callers. This really is such a fascinating conversation. I think that's just it. If people were just willing to visit that place even just for 60 seconds, and you start to build a relationship. It's almost like building a relationship with the future. Yep. I see it as. It's no different than if you're building a relationship with anything in life. You just have to start doing it.
And they all do it. The ones that succeed at the level they want, they
right.
do these things. They literally allow themselves to produce what it is they want. And I want that.
And if we're not intentionally visualizing, what ends up happening is we often end up visualizing the future that we don't want.
Well, we're always visualizing. Here's the funny thing.
That's the thing.
It is impossible to not visualize. So first thing, write this down, everybody. And you can even type in the box. We're all visualizing all the time. It's just, is it a Polaroid that's hard to see or high def? It's like some people visualize like a little Polaroid that's barely at all like coming through. And other people, it's the sphere in Vegas. Those are the extremes. And what's crazy is some people are using the sphere in Vegas to mess up things in their life. And some people are using that beautiful sphere to get the things they want. So I don't even know how the questions work for this because I'm just going to coach people. It's not less a question today. It's going to be live coaching on the air.
Yeah, we have some great questions to do with visualization, to do with just things high performers go through.
We're doing live or text in first.
We're gonna do some live call in one more time to get the private show line, and you also have the option just to text in your question as well. We do take texting questions, but if you text ask to 480-800-8051. you'll be sent that link and you'll have an opportunity, even if you're watching the replay, to join the private line during future shows. We host this, more times than not every Thursday at 8 a.m. unless Michael has some event he's speaking to, hundreds of people or something like that. So we're going to take our first caller, who is Tim. Our team is going to go ahead and unmute Tim. Tim, where are you calling in from?
Houston, Texas.
Texas in the house.
Tim from Houston. So, Tim, what are we working on visualizing, my friend?
All right, Michael, good to see you again.
You too.
I was playing golf the other day. Normally a pretty good golfer. I was going into...
Now, let me help you real quick. When you say normally a pretty good golfer, you're already visualizing. I just want to tell you, congratulations, you are already doing it.
Yes, I'm doing it. I was going into 18 at 5 under. Okay? I had been playing golf for that many times this year, so it was a little bit of a different experience, a little bit more in the mid-70s normally. So it's 5 under, having a great round. Get into 18. Hit the ball right. Hit the ball in the water. Hit the ball in the water. Hit the ball on the green. 3-putt. Make an 8. Finish at 1 under. Still a great score. But something broke down. I have a very specific routine every golf shot I take. It's been the same for 30 years. Something happened with my visualization on that 18th hole that I've been struggling to figure out what happened.
Well, how do you know something happened in your visualization on the 18th hole?
Because I don't make an 8 ever.
Okay. Well, you did. So you can say I don't make one ever, or you can admit I did this time, right? So did something happen in your visualization, or that's the way it occurred? So was your total score similar to what you normally do?
No, it's better than what I normally do.
Okay, well, congratulations. You got what you wanted, correct? You just wish you did better, correct?
That's correct.
The problem is you wished you did better. You had not decided that you were committed to doing better. And this is the hard part for people. Most people want a new car, and let's just say they're driving a Buick. I grew up driving a Buick, and I wanted a nice new car, and I wanted to use Lexus, correct? The idea of getting a Mercedes or a Bentley is not the same new car, is it?
It's not.
It's not. So you have a visualization that you want to be above average golfer, better than most, correct?
I do.
And you've built a life that allows you to do that. So
Correct.
If you've got a different goal, which is the beginning of visualization, this is the part most people don't understand the components of this. And I'll be talking about this on Business Success GPS next week. The benefit of this is, what was your goal that day? Your goal that day was to do very well, correct?
Yeah. If you wanted to say it generally like that, that's true. Yes.
But isn't that
You
how your
probably
mind
should
is
be more
pretty general? It
specific.
wasn't specific, was it?
It was not
Got
specific.
it. So you didn't talk to yourself. You didn't pick a number. You didn't have the courage. And this is the part where you have to have the courage. So if you say, listen, I want to be 19 under. I want to be 5 under. I want to be 7 under. These are nice numbers, correct?
These are very good.
Very good numbers. That doesn't come out of your mouth, does it?
No.
Okay. It's actually mildly uncomfortable, isn't it?
It is, because then I have a standard I got to meet, and it's a very high standard.
So I want to talk about this. Goals, standards. This is something you've heard me talk about it a lot of times, but I want to tell you, your goals is your outcomes, what occurs. Then the standard of how I live, how I see myself living is a big piece of the puzzle. So the reason I'm sharing this with you right now is that you've got to figure out what your goal is going to be. So let's talk about this right now. Like, what is your actual goal? Like, what is your goal for golf? Like, what is your goal for golf? Is it to be better than most, or is it to be, because that's where you've set yourself. You've set yourself to be better than most. Congratulations. You're looking at the wrong group of people. Like, I had a friend, Tim Clark, played on the tour for a while. He married one of my friends, and great guy, lives here locally. Played for a while, great guy from South Africa. He had completely different goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Complete everything. He had goals of being super funny, being a great dad, doing all these things he was doing. My question for you is, when it comes to your golf game, what is your actual goal? And this part people don't want to admit. Well, I don't really have one. I just want to be better than I used to be. So if you read my book, Average Sucks, it's all about upgrading our goal. Like, I had a vision of myself. I want you to listen to this. I had a vision of myself for years. I'm 6'6" in high school, 230 pounds. I played defense. I had a hard shot, but man, I didn't see myself like I saw the other kids. So I literally went out of my way to not be good enough to score goals, even though I could. I went out of my way to not be a goal scorer. I drew and built a life that allowed me to be better than the recreational players, better than the average players, and I could go, look at me. So it's a safety net. So here's the deal. There's a cost for this, and I want to talk about the cost. So there's the goal, there is the standard, and then there's the cost. And the cost is, yes, there's some money involved with playing golf a little more, but that's not the cost I'm talking about. The cost is when you start talking like this, that I'm going to do better, you're going to get a little frustrated. You're going to get annoyed. You're going to maybe piss off some people. You may cross arrogant. You're going to figure out you want that or not. But I see a guy in you, Tim, and I visualize you. If you want to come 5 under, 7 under almost every time you play, you actually know how to do that, don't you?
I do.
But have you decided to?
I have not.
So put these 4 words on a piece of paper, and this is just a piece of the process. The whole process I'm drawing out next week is like a simple process, and it goes like this: goal, standard to make that goal work, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to put down the cost. What's the cost? Because the cost is not a financial cost. The cost is frustration. The cost is maybe embarrassment. The cost is you may have a few times where it doesn't work out, but eventually you'll develop a new standard because we're looking at the wrong group of people. Our job is, look how good we're doing. The hardest thing for us to recognize is we're doing better than we used to do. You're a way better golfer than you were in high school.
No.
You sure? Comparably to the
school
people you play against?
High school and college, I played against the best. And
I understand, but right now you don't play against the best, do you? You
I
play
do
against
not.
a bunch of guys you do business with, correct?
Correct.
So granted, you wanted to back then. You got to look where your hidden visions were back in the day. You wanted to be one of the best that you play with, correct?
I do.
And you
Still
are
do.
one of the best that you currently play with currently, correct?
I am the best usually.
I want you
Like
to sit with
nine
that.
9 out of 10 times I'm the best that I play with.
Except for if you call my buddy Tim up because he'll smoke you. But the point is, you get the
Tim Clark's
concept.
pretty good.
Yeah, you know Tim. You know who he is, right?
I
South
do.
African guy.
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh,
he's
yeah.
a little older now like we are, but you get the concept, right?
Sure.
So you catching on?
I am.
So here's how you visualize. You've got to decide, and you got to picture this. So here's the deal. Can you see yourself can you see yourself going 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 under?
I can see myself.
Here's the part I want to help you. You can. Good. Number 2 is, what are 2 things you would be doing differently? That's it. I want to know what the 2 are. That's it.
I would practice more.
Okay.
I never practice.
Okay. There's
Literally.
your visualization of you never practicing. Yep.
Yep. And then I would change. I would become more obsessively optimistic about every shot I take.
Okay. So here's the deal. Who's in control of your shots?
I am.
Is it the course or you?
Me.
Is there anything wrong with you, or you just haven't decided to be better?
This is where I go back to the practice.
It's not about practice, buddy. You don't have to do the practice. I'll tell a story here in a little bit. Practice will only help you a little bit. You're practicing to be you. You're not practicing to be who you want to be. So I want to be very clear. I teach sales, and I would say to people, they'd say the law of numbers. And we're not going to solve this today because you're going to have to live with this. You're going to have to do the work. And the part is, a lot of people say to me, hey, Michael, sounds good. Just fix me. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to write these things down and do something about it. But I want you to listen to this for a second. You're going to have to change the plan. And I want you to listen. What practice is going to change what it means. So for years, people would say to me, it's a numbers game in sales. And the more people you talk to, the better chance someone will buy. You've heard this before?
Heard it before.
It's just crap.
Yep.
Here's what it is. The more people you talk to, the better you get. The better you get, the more likely someone is to do business with you. So you're not practicing for practice sake. You're practicing for comfort. You're practicing for auto memory. You seeing the difference? You're practicing for awareness. You're practicing, and you can even remove the word practice. I am putting myself in situations so this becomes normalized. Mm-hmm. You're going to normalize going 7 under. You're not even going to make it a goal. It's going to normalize. When they decided to do that fight on the White House lawn, when Trump decided to do that, that's normal for him. Crazy things is normal for him. Do you understand that? It's normal. It's absolutely normal. But for us, it isn't normal. So I want you to normalize the thing you want, which means, you know what? 7 under is important to me, or 9 under. I'm just throwing numbers at you. You pick whatever you like. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not practicing to get better. I'm practicing to play golf differently. And I want you to leave it like that because you can play differently. You got to stop trying to get better and start playing differently.
Help me out with the cost piece then.
Mm-hmm. Here's the cost. Last part I'm going to say. Here's the cost. The cost is frustration. The cost is potential embarrassment when you start talking about it openly with people. Because listen, I say a lot of crazy things, man. And I'm going to tell you, last night at my game, I said, Bo, go out there, score a goal, and you have 31 seconds. And dude, it was crazy. 24 seconds in. And Joe's watching, and Joe sees me all the time do this. And Joe's like, oh, man, he's about to do it. You're about to, because he's been to our events. He's been to core. He's seen it all. And Bo gets the pass. It's 24 seconds, gets the pass. He doesn't score. And I had to live with the fact that it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Part of your cost is going to be little things. Embarrassment. It didn't work out, and you got to keep going. Hold that thought, Tim. You got it?
I got it.
Go do some work with what I shared, and we'll come back next week.
All right. Thanks, Michael.
You got it, brother.
Appreciate you, Tim.
What I love about this is we visualize ourselves practicing.
Right.
We visualize ourselves practicing, getting better.
Yep.
And we don't realize we need to do something different. He needs to realize I got to change my cost. He was thinking the cost, like everybody else thinks, is the price of playing.
Yep.
The time. That's part of those are given costs. The real cost is potential embarrassment, potential admitting, you know what, I'm not as good as I thought I was. Potentially look and go, dude, these guys are better than me. I got to get working again.
Right.
These are costs people don't think of. That's the part we need to build into our visualization. So one of the things I help people with, and Tim, you give me a yes on this. In corporate culture, people talk about contingencies plans. You need to think about all the stuff that can go wrong in advance, because part of your visualization is solving what could go wrong in advance and seeing yourself solving it so it never slows you down. So visualizing, you know what? In the sixth, I do get behind. I do putt for 8 on the putt. Does that make sense?
Right.
And I screw up massively. But then I turn it around in the 7th and 8th. And you visualize that too, because that's called life.
And you actually move into potentially and that's what's interesting is I think sometimes people would be like, well, that's visualizing failure, but that's only if you leave it there.
Success.
Right. Because I think I've heard somebody describe that as almost like fear setting before, where if you actually start to think about really like what are the worst case scenarios that could happen here, 9 out of 10 times that it's actually not as bad as what you think it is up here. And it gives you a chance to also visualize, just like what you said, well, what would you actually do? And then you actually realize, well, these are all really solvable things. And it kind of just like dispels the fear a little bit.
It spits it out, and that's the part you've got to realize. You've got to visualize. He's got to visualize different last time. So I can already picture it. Next time, I'm going to know in advance. I'm going to know when I start putting like that, when I start chipping like that, when I start playing like that, here's how I'm going to solve it. So he takes the visualization, because what happens is he got stumped. And a stump is not a visualization, it's a loop. And we keep playing it over and over again.
It's a loop.
It's
That's
like
right.
And that's the thing. So yeah, that's how it works. So people want,
because then you can interrupt yourself, because you're like, because you say what Sean O'Malley is saying, and it's like, oh, I've seen this before. And because you've pre-solved it in your head, it's like, okay, I already figured out what I'm going to do when this happens, that you can get out of that loop.
You got to go so far past the win. You've got to have a whole different life. And you design not only the win, not only the success, but the parade, everything afterwards. That's the power of the visualization. So remember, there's the goal. If you're not dude, Tim did not have a goal. How could you? What are you visualizing then? You've got it's got to start off logical.
Well,
I visualize myself drinking more water. Write it down.
And you have to be able to use clear language. It's not like, well, maybe I want to be a better golfer. Maybe I want to grow my business.
I'm a guy that comes 7 under no matter where I play against anybody on earth. Period. That's it. $100 million, whatever it is. Start with that. Write it down, and it's gonna be uncomfortable at first. Then you got to get good at talking about it. If you can't talk about it, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening. So remember, it's not just visualization. It's vocalization. You're vocalizing some of the things that you want. That's the part that we've got to get great.
And you can start by vocalizing to yourself. I mean, there's a reason why some of the smartest, brightest people that make an impact on the world, that they're known to talk to themselves. Steve Jobs was known to talk to himself.
I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah.
I talk to myself all the time. I joke around. Deborah talks to herself. I talk to myself. I talk to myself all the time. We were at my buddy Spence's office. Spence does some of the coolest work.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
Talk about wizards.
He's
a
great.
wizard.
And interesting stuff. I have so many people that assist us with stuff. And this is one of my goals. I remember one of my visions. I'll talk about Spence in a second. I was in direct sales, and I wanted to get to the point where I could literally go to Target and I could buy anything I wanted. That was it. Like, I remember being broke, and that's all I wanted. I don't even shop at Target now, but like, that was one of my goals. And I remember being years ago this is funny, I was about 19 years old, and I believe I was at a Tony Robbins event, and I was helping backstage. This is funny. And he was drinking this Penta water back then.
Okay.
And I don't even know if the internet really could buy water. I looked it up, and I couldn't afford it. It was like $46 a case. And I looked this up, like, I'd love to be able to drink that stuff. He's drinking, I got to drink it. I get this stuff delivered to my office at case every single week now. So it's no big deal now. But it's like, that's what I'm going to want. And it was very specific, and I spoke it out. I'm looking at this. I didn't even think about this stuff when I brought this down. I remember the day. I think I even wrote it in my journal. I want to get to the point where I drink the healthiest of waters.
This was once a vision.
This is once a vision. But back to Spence and at his office. And it was Maya and I there that day. And there was a guy there that played baseball, very high level MVP guy. And you know what he said? We were talking about talking to yourself. He goes, who else are you going to talk to other than yourself? Because there's nobody more important to talk to than you. And you've got to build a really strong, and I'm going to come up with the word he didn't say, vocalization with you. So part of visualization is talking to yourself about not just what you're doing, but what you want, and trusting the voice. Because we're either feeding our future self or we're feeding our past self. And the one that lives is the one that we give a better diet to.
And if you're an entrepreneur, you have a team. I mean, you first have to be able to articulate the vision to yourself before you can have a hope of then, influencing a team to get on board with you to accomplish whatever your big, audacious goal in this life is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the power. And that's why, next week, we're dedicating next week. One of the big things is on Wednesday, and if you're watching this afterwards, you can always get access to this. I've got something I do every single month called Business Success GPS, and I asked my team to bring this up here today. Is I've got a very specific formula for entrepreneurs, business owners, people who help run companies, to show them step by step how you can allow yourself, step by step, how you can allow yourself to become a person that speaks the language of vision. So the language of vision is an actual language. It is a vocabulary, it's visionary, and it's very specific. So the same thing I do with my one-on-one coaching clients that pay a premium, $30,000 to $50,000 to work with me and to draw out their plan. I'm going to be showing a group of entrepreneurs next week how to do. Some of you are already part of the community, some of you are not. And for the price of, I think, one DoorDash or like a coffee every couple of weeks, you can walk away with a very clear plan on how to write a company vision, individual vision, life vision, whatever it is that you want. And I call it Business Success GPS. It's really the targeting, like this navigation system to help you go from where you are to where you want to go. And not only are you going to get how to do this, you're going to get access to a decade worth of every single month. So I'm doing the math on this, like 15, it's like 200 hours of videos, audio stuff. And every single month I'll be sharing one more technique, coaching live on Zoom or on calls where you get an opportunity to work with me. So I asked the team to put this out there. Text to 480-800-8051. Text the word business or go to michaelbernoff.com/business. I'll let the cat out of the bag. $99 is embarrassing to even say that you're going to walk away with a plan for a vision. It would sound like a cheap vision. It's not. It's the same concepts that I would cover with people for a lot. Now, you don't get the follow-up afterwards, but you get the how to do it in the framework of how all of it works. So if you ever feel like your team's not following you at the level that you want, if you ever feel like you're not as clear as you want to be, you want your clients to see your vision, you want your kids, your family to see your vision, michaelbernoff.com/business. Join us. You get an option to do it monthly, or you could do the whole year. Love to work with you. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you are lacking in people seeing what you see and you're frustrated, it all ends now. If you're getting people that are not following through, it all ends now.
And part of, expanding your own vision is just getting around other people that have big visions too.
Community.
And realizing that, when you surround yourself with other high performers, you naturally start to perform better. And that's one of the things I love about the community and that we hear all the time is you build some really amazing relationships, and friendships have come from that community. JVs, deals have come from that community. It's a really amazing opportunity for you to meet people all over the world that are committed, just like you are if you're watching this show, to living a life of constantly raising your average and not settling with a good business, but building a business that really aligns with what deep down that you're capable of, what your team is capable of, and how you can influence them with a vision so grand that they can also accomplish their vision within yours. And when you can do that, that starts to become a very powerful thing as a business owner. So business to 480-800-8051. Michael, you ready for our next call-in
I'd love
question?
to get another call-in question, and these are great. Tim's question was fantastic. It really preps stuff. So everybody give it up for Tim in the comments box. Give it up for Tim. If you're just joining us right now, let us know where you're dialing in from. Let us know what you do professionally. It'd be great. Do take a second to subscribe to the channel and share with those you care about. For those of you that are already joining us for GPS next week, super excited to see you there. And those of you that are new to our world, give it a shot. Have some courage. See yourself doing better. Allow yourself to be a person that's coached. One of the biggest reasons we do this free and live every single week is for one very particular reason. We want to share with the world the power of allowing a group of people to coach and get from where they want to go. High performers come together every week here, allowing themselves to learn little tidbits that they use in their life. And that's the part. We don't solve things for people.
Right.
We give people new ideas and new solutions based on a concept that we call human interaction technology, which is truly solution-based communication. So who do we got next?
Next up, we have Chris Potter.
Chris Potter.
Chris, our team's going to unmute you. Let us know where you're calling in from.
How you doing, Chris? Are you out there? Is this thing on?
Yeah, he accepted it for a second. Chris, we'll give you 2 seconds.
2 seconds,
Not,
and now we move on to the next person.
All right, I'm in.
You're in. Welcome, friend. How can I assist you? How can I help you? What's going on? And what are you picking up so far?
All right, so I've got the visual of the plan. I guess I'm trying to, as I bring it into reality and I choose my direction and choose my intention.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So whenever
Yes,
I hear
sir.
people talk the way you talked, you don't sound clear at all. Like I'm trying. I know you're on the air and you're live and eventually in front of thousands of people. And this is the cost. This is the cost of being great. Putting yourself out there. There's zero clarity to your language right now. Am I correct? Like zero clarity to the way you're describing even your question, what you're asking me. And I'm not here to give you a hard time or beat you up on this right now, but I do want to tell you, you're going to need to start at the clarity and of this vision. It's about seeing what it is you want. So what are you wanting to ask? You're telling me what is, what's not, what can be, what should be. What's your question?
Okay, so the vision I have is for my neuroacoustic technology to uplift people and help them with their mental illness. And I see it, I feel it, but I can't put it into words.
Close your eyes real quick, Mr. Potter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, close your eyes. You can picture the vision, correct?
Yes.
You see it happening, correct?
Yes.
You even see people using your neurotechnology, correct?
Yes, correct.
You can see it out of your own eyes like it's gorgeous and it's happening, correct?
Yes, sir.
Great. Do you see you?
Yes, sir.
Good. So how do you see you and it out of your own eyes at the same time?
I see me working with the people to solve the problems and create personalized music
Good.
for them.
But you don't picture you doing the things along the way to actually make it happen. Are you visualizing the tough conversations that you're going to have at 3:00 in the afternoon where you're dealing with a distributor? Are you visualizing currently? I want to be really clear right now. Are
I'm
you
listening.
visualizing people sending money to you and it showing up in your authorized net or your email? I'm being honest. Are you seeing this? Don't BS me.
No, sir. I have not looked
Are
at
you
that.
visualizing driving to a meeting? Listen, I used to listen to Turn the Page from Metallica, okay? The Bob Seger song. I used to listen to that song on a lonely, lonesome highway east of Omaha, driving with holes in my frickin' shoes. And I could picture, and he said, a million miles away, every ounce of energy I give away. And I walked in a room of 4 frickin' people. Nobody bought shit. Does that make sense? And I had to go out of there and I had to get back in the car and put that song back on and visualize that one day I'd be in front of thousands of people. And then one day I did that. I remember being in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people doing an event for Success Magazine and one for my good friend the Wallachs, 2,000, 3,000 people at the event. So are you visualizing you doing it or just the end result?
I skipped the good part.
Yeah, you skipped the fun. Listen, my favorite business adventure, there's a moment where I remember getting a sale in direct sales back in the day, and I think my commission was $80, and dude, that shit was exciting. And then I remember visualizing, I can't wait till I get to the point where we have so many of these orders to fax into the company that it's annoying. And I remember my buddy John, who I talked about a couple days ago with Mike on our team, and I was talking to him, I said, dude, there was a moment I had 40 or 50 orders that I need to send, and it was annoying going $80, $80, $80, $80. Most people only visualize the end result. You got to visualize the training. You got to visualize the middle part. You got to visualize you actually doing it. If not, you just got to dream. You're not visualizing. Are you catching on? I'm going to leave it at that.
That's all I needed. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that's the magic. That's the magic. That's the power. See, a lot of people go, I want to get better at visualizing. And what Sean O'Malley did not just visualize winning. He visualized driving there.
Right. Well, just like you said, I mean, it happens in the moments. Like the night before, he visualized waking up and crushing his practice, his sparring partners. It's all these mini dominoes in the way that lead to, that big outcome that you're going for. That's a really great reminder. Let us know what you got from Chris's takeaway on the show, and shout out to everybody that's come on the show so far. I mean, it takes courage to come out here, and the really great thing is, when you ask a question, it ends up impacting many more people beyond just yourself. It happens every show. Somebody says that resonates with me. I feel like Tim. I feel like Chris is, speaking for me in a lot of ways. So
Tim brought up something interesting. He doesn't visualize himself practicing. He just visualizes him wanting to play better. So this is the part that we need to realize. Like, he needs to spend more time visualizing the practice. Like, I'm picturing this morning, I had to visualize the workout being done, visualize being in the shower afterwards, visualize the little things. It's not just the big things.
Visualize past it, which is something I hear you talk about quite often. You visualize past the moment.
The moment.
Whatever it is. If it's the training, you visualize past it. If it's speaking, you visualize past it.
Yeah, you've got to visualize. Like, if I was Tim and I was building this, I'd say, all right, listen, my goal is, pay attention, everybody, going 7 under.
Yeah.
We're all rooting for him. Everybody give a -7 on there. I love that number. -7, just -7, put it out there. Tim, -7, Tim, -7. So put it out there. And I'd visualize getting up each morning, playing, finding a way to build in my life that my kids are playing with me, find a way to build a new friend that he doesn't even have yet that loves to play. Like, unbelievable. Okay, what I would build if I was him, of the actual doing of it, not of just the result. So there's the goal,
right?
But the real visualization is the path, the day, the week, the month, the year. This is stuff we've been talking about for years. It's not only the little things, it's the actual things. And this is along the way the important stuff. Like, my coach when I was a kid in hockey used to say, you want to visualize being good in practice, you can be visualized being great in games. Boom, done. That's how you get better at practice. He should be visualizing how well he's going to be. Man, I can already see myself being at the driving range. He didn't visualize the driving range. He just visualized the tournament. Folks, get it. And in your business, you're doing the same thing. Your salespeople, this is where you got to understand. This is why you got to join us for GPS next week.
Yeah.
Your salespeople, your team, are only visualizing the end result. They're not visualizing getting better and becoming more effective. They're only visualizing that you're going to pay them more or that things are going to work out. Got to get this better.
And they're only going to visualize to the level in which, you're going there. So when you text business to 480-800-8051, and not just text it, but then click the link and actually, commit to being a person of action and getting outside of the motivation that you're inspired for a few moments, because we're talking about, visualization, but you actually commit to texting business to 480-800-8051
and enrolling
and marking on your calendar
$100
to be there next Wednesday. It's going to be incredible. And we're so excited to hear how not only, your ability to visualize with intent for a specific purpose to not only raise your level of performance, but to bring the other people around you, whether it's even your family, your kids, or, you know, specifically in business, your sales team, whatever it might be, to bring them there with you. You know,
Super powerful.
it's oftentimes, you know, you reach a level where, you know, you get good at sales inside of your business, and you scale your business so far, let's call it 7 figures. To go beyond that, you can't sell yourself there. You can't just sell hard. You can't work harder. It's going to take something a little bit different. It's going to take influence. It's going to take vision.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's the vocabulary of vision is really, Jaden, what it's all about. It's that vocabulary of a way that we talk about the things we want. So someone says, I want to make $1 million. Great. How do you see yourself doing it? Like, what are we doing? Like, what do we start? Oh, I'm just going to do it. Okay, well, where do we start? Where do we start? Well, I know I'm just going to I'm going to do it. I'm going to work hard. Okay, great. What are we working hard on?
yeah.
Like, where are we going? What are we doing?
right.
Let's go. So I tell everybody, if you see yourself being great, congratulations, but be great on all days. So we got one more text and one more question. I got a few more.
Yeah, we're going to take
This is
another
exciting.
live caller. We actually got a bunch of live callers on, so
These
appreciate
people are
everybody
great.
on
What a
live.
group of badasses.
And again, we're gonna bring George out in just a
George.
second, actually. So George, get ready. But if you want to be on, you know, this show, future shows, text ask to 480-800-8051. And again, even if you're watching the replay of this, you'll be able to join us for future episodes. The team has the bar on the screen there. But we have George Flynn. George, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Memphis, home of Elvis Presley.
Nice. You're actually in Elvis's house?
No, well,
All right.
Michael's good to see you again. Congratulations on all the kids and what they're doing. What I'd like to know
And
is,
you own a radio station, don't you?
I do.
How we doing on our show? We're not
And
radio.
I'm
But
calling about that because you seem to be able to motivate people. You take your enthusiasm and some technique you have. Now, I have never figured it out. How do you impart that enthusiasm to others, number one? And how would I impart that enthusiasm for sales and radio to the radio sales staff? It sounds like the course that you got coming up is one I better be at.
Yeah, first off, you better be at that fraction of coaching, which is great. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely take a minute and text GPS or text business to that number. Jaden will put that on the screen at some
already
point.
did.
Perfect. The other part, how you implant it in someone else, is I'd ask you this question. I'd say, George, what do you want? And what do you want? Like, just give me something.
I want their success. I want them to be able to sell a good product and get good results. We can do that if they can just get through to the prospect.
Yeah, so how we do that is we've got to get our point across. So how we do that is, especially when you're one-on-one with someone, so I can already see you doing it. Let's visualize this together. I can already see you doing it. I'm picturing you. I see people need somebody to believe in them. I know there's a better version. Look at the advertising. I know there's a better version of a doctor out there in you. I know there's a better salesperson in there. Can you see it? I can. Great. Well, let's talk about it. Let's actually talk about it because I can see it. Can you picture what they're doing? It's not going to be perfect for everybody. And that's where we got to remove the perfect thing, because the difference between a delusion, a ridiculous delusion and visualization, is talking about something that will never make any sense to anybody. So what happens is you wind up saying to yourself, I'm a person that really, really, really has something that I want to experience and make happen. So if I wanted you to believe, I would say, listen, I can already see you doing it. Can you see you doing it? Well, not really. Great. Well, if that's one of us can see it, I got to get the other. What would it look like? What would it feel like? How would we talk? How would things be different when you were doing this? Part of visualizing, getting someone to experience something bigger, visualization on the outside, is getting them to actually talk about it. When they start talking about it, they start acting on it. It's different. So are you currently doing this?
Not yet.
Not yet. And I love that.
just
Not yet.
afternoon.
So when you start doing it, it's already going to work, isn't it?
Right. It
That's
will.
part of visualization. Are you catching on? Is visualization only the end result, or is it actually the next step?
It's actually the beginning of the next few steps.
Remember what I said to everybody a minute ago. Don't just text. I can already see you getting the text message, clicking the link, coming to the class, picking up a couple things a couple days from now, and in a few weeks from now, it's working better for you. Sometimes we've got to ratchet down the vision to a few steps for people. Sometimes people need a couple steps, like an alcoholic or a drug addict. They just need to do one day at a time. I got an opportunity a couple weeks ago to go speak. My buddy Tim runs a rehabilitation clinic. It helps people get sober. Absolutely awesome. I love that he gets people off drugs and alcohol. Sometimes it's a day at a time. It's not just living a complete sober life. It's like getting comfortable with one day at a time, not just believing one day at a time. So I'm going to tell you, the first step is you've got to look them in the eyes and go, I can already see it. But you're in Memphis, man. People talk about this in churches every Saturday and every Sunday at temple and churches every week. Somebody sees you better than you see yourself, correct?
Yes.
That person needs to become us. I see a better version of George than George even sees George. When you talk to these companies, I see a better company than you currently have. When you're selling, I see a healthier person than you see. That's the frame we need to come from.
Okay.
Did you get your answer?
Got it. Tell Deborah keep drinking out of that Memphis cup.
We have that at the house, and I appreciate it. It makes us think of you on a regular basis. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
He's amazing, and I know he's gonna take, and this is the truth, he's gonna take what we do next week on GPS, and I can already see him using it. I can already see him saying, you know what? I don't have everything I want from this, but it's a little easier. It's a little easier than it was, and that's the part that I want to.
Yeah, that was a little teaser for next week. I mean, when you can start to visualize yourself, then you can start to assist other people in visualizing, and you just saw that starts to have a lot of really great impacts when it comes to sales, when it comes to even just really everything in life.
Well, let's take one more caller. And I know we're getting towards the top of the hour. We go a few minutes over because we have this genetic defect called over-delivering. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely take a second and subscribe to the channel. Definitely get in there and ask your question. Coaching is a courageous thing. Asking it also is a great leadership thing. You put yourself out there that you want to grow. It shows other people it's possible. And take a step today. Take a step, whether it's grabbing our book. I believe we've got a website. If you haven't read my book, Average Sucks, definitely get a copy of Average Sucks.
We got
Boom, double examples of it. Get a copy of Average Sucks. If you haven't gotten one yet, definitely grab a copy, and we'll put on the screen how to get that. If you haven't read that, that's about how to visualize and have a life bigger than one you currently live. And if you're a business owner, you have no excuse not to be part of our Business Success GPS community. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a community of people that are committed on a regular basis once a month to get together in less than 60 minutes, pick up at least $3,000 to $5,000 worth of value for your company every single month. And I'm excited about sharing that with you guys. So we have one more text in or a live caller?
Yeah, we're going to do one more live caller just because we got a bunch of live callers on the line, which is
rapid fire.
So
I'll do two if we move quick.
Okay. Well, challenge out there.
But they got to talk in the box. You got to say who helped you, who assisted, who'd you learn from. Tim got me to learn a lot today.
Yeah, we want to hear some takeaways, and we want to shout you out. We can see the chat right in front of us. We're going to bring out Angie. Angie, our team is going to send a unmute request your way. Let us know, Angie, where are you tuning in from?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Welcome, MN. You're up, girl. What's your question? What's your visualization that you're looking for?
First, I got to say thank you, Michael. In 2020, you changed my world. Absolutely changed it.
I need more context than that. What happened?
I'm now a member of Toastmasters. I've been in a speech contest.
Amazing.
I've been an area director, and I even joined improv because of Toastmasters. And I don't know who this person is, but I love her.
And if that old person shows up, you kick her. You tell her to leave, right? Yeah.
Probably should. I wouldn't even know how to be her anymore, to be honest.
I love what you said. I don't know how to be her anymore. So I don't know how to not have at least what I have, right? Like I just don't know how. I wake up. I said the other day, it was so interesting, and I really want to say this. I was talking with someone who was smoking. I go, it's harder for me to start smoking than it would be for you to stop. Like I just don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the ability to play small. I don't know my playing small is not normal. Like I'm not normal. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have a vision of myself. The way I see me is very different. The way I need to see me to get where I want to go is very different. But anyways, what's yours?
Well, I have this vision of a business, and I'm having a hard time pushing myself forward.
Okay, so what's the goal?
Follow through.
Let's go logic first. What's the goal?
I want to add copywriting to help with ADHD.
Okay,
business.
so I want to do. My goal is to help copywriting ADHD business and build a business that does $1 million a year. Correct?
Yes.
Great. There's your goal. Great. Okay. Next thing is, what is the standard to be able to do that? Do you see yourself as a great copywriter? Let's start right there. Okay. So your visualization starts there, not here. Your goal is over here. Your visualization's here. So do you see yourself as a great copywriter?
I do.
I know that, but you also don't, correct?
Yes.
Okay, stop right there. So our first visualization is to see yourself as a more effective copywriter that people actually give money to, correct?
Correct.
Are you currently have clients?
No. not
Can you
yet.
picture yourself getting a client?
That part's hard.
Not really. Can you picture yourself going to a BNI meeting or a local meeting or a local place where you can talk about this until eventually you get a client? My first client was Lady Marita. Marita called me. That's my first one-on-one coaching client. She called me to sell me leads.
Wow.
Okay, leads. She called me to sell me leads for a direct sales company I wasn't in for 2 years. And I said, that wasn't that great of a presentation. Would you like to be better at pitching someone so someone like me would buy? She goes, oh, I'd love to do that. I said, I can coach you. And she goes, I said, okay. And I said, how much is it? I said, give me a second. I went online to get my PayPal to work. I said, started calculating like how much it would be. Like, I'll do 10 sessions for $250, $25 an hour. And she goes, really, you'll do that? I said, if you buy it now. And she went and bought it. And I pictured that. I'm like, man, if I could see that, what else can I see? So who's your first client? What do they look like? How much did they give you? Let me ask that. You're not your ultimate client. How much did you get for your first client? Come on, tell everyone in the air. How much did you get for not your ultimate? How much do you get?
500.
$500, right? That's great. Okay, awesome. And can they do a payment plan if they have to?
Yes.
Yeah, $250. Now it's even easier, right?
Right.
But you're not talking about this to people, right?
Well, no, I'm not. Not really.
Got it. So I could see myself getting a client. Are you catching on?
Mm-hmm.
No, Michael. The only thing I want to visualize is being a millionaire. I got it. But don't you got to visualize also you getting a $250 split in two, getting $500 from somebody to get started?
Right, because they're not going to pay me that much to start.
You're not picturing that yet, are you? What's the cost? Well, the cost is embarrassment. The cost is potentially somebody saying no. The cost is maybe they only work with you for a little while. The cost is potentially you're not good at what you do at the start with. I don't know what the cost is. But anyways,
I'd be fearful of rejection.
Not a fear of it. Then good. You got to picture, you don't have to have rejection. You just got to say, hey, listen, let's work on this together. Let's figure out who this client is. Let's figure that out. That's not the conversation, but you're visualizing rejection, that you're using your visualization to not win instead of to win. So can you picture yourself getting a client?
Yes.
Is that way easier than picturing this big old business with this big old plan and following Alex Hormozy to you got to be a gazillionaire and blah, blah, blah?
Oh my gosh, way easier. I've been imagining the whole thing. Yeah.
Why don't you just imagine the first thing? And how good it's going to feel that night to be out to dinner with a friend and going, I did it. I talked about it and I'm doing it. Got it?
Got it.
Making it happen. Perfect. I have time for one more or a text-in question. And there's a common theme. We're all visualizing. We're confusing goals with visualization. Our goal is not the visualization. The goal is the logic. What do I want? Drink 20 gallons of water a day. I want to get it. This is funny, Jaden. Your dreams can totally mess with you. So I had a vision one day of I used to have a Dell computer.
Yeah.
You heard me talk about this? And I went down to the Apple store and
Shout
I
out
finally
Dell.
had that
Are they
money.
around anymore?
What's that? I don't even know. I went down to the Apple store.
Just
Ask Isaac. He probably has one. I went down to the Apple store in 2009 with Deborah, and my friend was working there. And I went down to the store and literally we bought myself and Tara and Deborah computers, 3 for the office, 1 for the house, and it came with 3 printers. And I literally oh my God, I finally got to the point an Alpha. I didn't even have an iPhone. There was no iPhones yet. Oh no, I didn't have an iPhone and I remember walking out of the store with this big old cart. I'm take it, and I parked up front, push it slowly to my car, and I felt all powerful. That no different than the water.
Yep.
And my vision was so big. I spent $9,000 that day on 3 laptops and a couple computers, or $10,000. I got a little company discount back in time, and I left there. I was so happy and so proud of myself. And then later I realized, man, wait a second. 2009, the economy was horrible. How much was Apple stock? it was like $35. It's split a bunch of times since then. If I would have spent that same $9,000, and my vision was different, my vision was to be wealthy. Yeah. I would have seen the whole thing different. Go, why would I spend $9,000 on that? I could put $9,000 in stock. Probably would have been worth $90,000 or $100,000 today. So your vision will take you somewhere. Mine took me to the happiness of getting the computers. I could have easily had a different vision that same day, where that stock would have made me millions and millions and millions of dollars long term. That's a potential. I don't know if the exact 9,000 would have turned into that, but dude, that stuff's doubled, tripled, quadrupled a gazillion times. So think about it. One vision got me one thing, one gets you another. Your vision's always taking you somewhere. So I'm throwing that at you. And what's going on? I get the hey guys from Darlene. So let's hit one more question.
Let's do it. We are going to bring out our last caller of the show, Dila. Dila, we're going to send you an unmute request and see if you're out there. Dila, where are you calling in from?
Tucson, Arizona.
Ah, local Arizona in the
What's
house.
going on, Dila?
What's your question? Bring us home real quick.
I'm in performance art, and I am consistently training and always in front of a mirror.
You realize you're describing a visualization right now, correct?
Yes,
You're
I
already
do.
visualizing. We all are always visualizing. Go ahead.
However, when I am actually in front of the audience and have to perform, I cannot bring the facial expressions to the audience.
Okay. So part of this visualization is allowing yourself to be being better at it. Like, here's the deal. Like, do you see yourself as someone that's like absolutely always has the facials, the expressions? Remember, I got a family of performers, right? Like, Tara would cheer and they'd have the faces, and Maya with the skating and the faces, right? And they're beautiful. It's like, I get it. Like, it's the difference. It's bringing the audience in. So do you see yourself as charismatic?
I do now.
Okay, well then you're done. Like, what do you have a visualization issue for? You sound like me, you've got a performance challenge that you're not performing at the level. You don't see yourself doing it when it matters. I think you see yourself doing it when you're comfortable. You don't see yourself doing it when it's difficult, hard, and scary. You're visualizing the wrong thing. You're visualizing yourself a comfortable, oh yeah, dude, I'm the best. It's like, Tim, I'm the best when I play against them. But are you visualizing yourself being great at it during the difficult times?
No.
That's the challenge. Remember, I visualized myself getting Apple computers. I didn't visualize myself being wealthy. And because of that, I got what I asked for. I want you to sit with that for a minute. Most people want to be great. See, do you know when you need to be a peak performer? It's not during the great times. It's during the challenging times. And a lot of people don't allow themselves to be great regularly. We're just great during the great times. So Dila, you sit with that. You think about that for a minute. So we could go on for days. Next week, during Business Success GPS. If you're part of it, I'll see you there. If you're not part of it, I'm going to be very direct right now. I don't know what you're waiting for. I do not want to turn this show into a salesy thing. It's just so happens to be that these two things go together. I have a very specific formula, 7 steps to walk you through the vocabulary of vision, how to speak in vision to others and yourself, and to allow people to see and follow and join in what you do. It develops leaders, it develops success, it develops happiness. And you're going to want to go ahead and text business, I believe it is, to 480-800-8051. I'll put it on the screen as well. Business. You can do that, or you can just go to michaelbernoff.com/business. It's a simple site. Click the freaking button. You can do monthly, or you can do the whole year, whatever it is. I'm going to give you 1,000 hours of videos and audios and stuff you can use to grow your business, grow your life. Take advantage of it. Give it a shot. And I guarantee in the next 3 months, we are going to learn a lot together. Just so happens the next thing coming up is exactly what it is that you're looking for. So any other thoughts, comments, anything, Jaden, from you? And this is a fun one today.
I had a lot of fun today. It really was just fascinating how, we put that intention out there last week that we were going to do a show on visualization. Then we have all these just examples of peak performers visualizing, from Sean O'Malley to Lionel Messi to earlier this year in the Canada versus USA, Jack Hughes. Yep. It's everywhere. It's the hidden
Mike
skill
Tyson,
of top performers.
He talks about it for 2 chapters of his book, The Undisputed Truth. For 2 chapters, he talks about Customato, teaching him visualization, not boxing.
Exactly. There's a reason for that. It's intentional. So if you've been hiding behind that visualization is woo-woo, That's a limiting belief. You're just using visualization wrong. And I learned a lot during this episode. I learned a lot from people calling in, so I appreciate everybody calling in. If we didn't get to your question this week, we're live Thursdays, 8 a.m. Again, if you text ASK to 480-800-8051, you'll have an opportunity to join future episodes and hop on the private Zoom line. But I'm just excited personally for next week's business success GPS training of visualization.
7 steps.
You've even teased it to me a little bit, and it's really exciting. As entrepreneurs, high performers, sometimes we can be tempted to do what we've always done to get to the point where we're at, which is, to go at it alone, the lone wolf, work harder. But you can't work more than 100%. Eventually, you have to think to yourself, wouldn't it be great if I could actually squeeze more juice out of the work that I'm putting in? And that's what Business Success GPS is all about: is how do we sharpen the axe, work smarter, not harder, get around other people, other top performers, so we realize that we got some work to do, and it's exciting work, but to bring that vision to life, there's another level, and we can access it.
And it's pretty simple. And if any way we can assist you at all, we're here for you. 866-241-5111. If someone could type that in the box, that's directly to the company. 866-241-5111. We do coaching events, seminars. We work with people, work with young adults, everything. The only thing we do not work with is people that like to lose. And what I mean by that is our products and programs are, I think I saw Dave Ramsey say this the other day. I'm not a big Dave Ramsey fan, but I model things. And he said, it is 100% guaranteed to not work if you don't do anything. Isn't that great? Like guaranteed failure if you do nothing. So you're here today. You've already done something, so you're guaranteed to win. So if any way we can serve and help, we're here for you. Again, someone could type in the box, 866-241-5111. Call the office. Let us know how we can serve and help. If you've been in our world a long time and you want to know how to get back in, come back. I haven't seen George in a long time. Super excited. He's going to be joining us again. And then lots of love and lots of enthusiasm for all of you. I can already see it. I'm going to leave you guys with this thoughts. And Jade and I want to say thank you. Subscribe, like the channel, let people know we're here, let people know what's going on. The last thing I'm going to say to you, no matter where you're dialing in from, is if you want to have things be different in your life, you got to do different things. And I can already see you doing different things. Have a goal and get really, really clear on the first 3 steps. Start working on them. Make those your new standard. That's just what you do regularly. Oh man, I can just picture that. It is going to be so fun. And Sarah, I can't wait till next week. GPS too. I'm going to run straight to my journal and start writing down some ideas. Subscribe to the channel right now. Share this with somebody you care about. Tell somebody they got to watch this, and let's continue to learn how to visualize together. Appreciate you all.
Go be great, everyone. Appreciate you.
Be great.
See you next week.